to Chit Chat. Our topic today is that we are going to be talking about if we should go back to school with COVID-19. Jaden, what do you think?
I mean, I think we should go back to school, but it's kind of dangerous, and I don't really want to die.
Yeah.
That's a good point. What do you think, Joe?
I say no, only because it's just gonna cause more spread. Because if one kid gets it, then it's gonna take 10 times longer, to actually stop the virus, even if they do come out with a vaccine, compared to if we waited till I think January, when we're actually gonna have that vaccine and we'll have a shield around us. So I'd rather wait 18 weeks compared to waiting an extra 1 week to go back to school. That's just my opinion. So I say no.
And also, if we do go back to school, do you think that we should wear masks or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might depend on when we go back to school, but I think you probably should just wear masks anywhere.
Do you think that we would be able to social distance during school?
No.
Probably not.
For high school, it's a little different because there's a lot more kids compared to your school where it's elementary and there's not that many. Because changing class to class, we're constantly near people, passing through hallways. Yeah, we're bumping into them because it's so tight. So I think that would be hard. But if everyone pitched in and they wore a mask, then I think it's doable. But like I said, I'm not comfortable going back until January-ish.
Yeah.
But still in January, we should wear a mask a little bit after.
Yeah.
Make sure we're actually 100% protected and this virus is completely over.
Yeah. Also, maybe I've heard ideas that they split the school into two groups, and one group would go in the day and one group would go after lunch or something, so it'll be less crowded.
A morning session and then so it's in junior high has blue day and gold day, but we're actually
don't know that.
well, no. So it's half the school goes in the morning and then half the school goes in the afternoon. Is what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Do you guys think that
it's 2,000 kids, then 1,000 goes in the morning, and then 1,000 so it's freshmen and sophomore go in the morning, and then juniors and seniors go in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But we have the same classes, but it's just going to take a little bit longer,
Do you guys think that it'd be harder to learn online?
Yeah, I think it's hard. It's easier when the teacher is there. It's also harder to ask for help online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're not face to face, you can't just directly go to them and say, "Can you help me on this problem?" If you have trouble in math, or "Can you help me write this essay? Can you help me edit this?" You have to directly send them a message over Gmail, and if they don't get back to you that day when it's due the next day, it's troublesome. It's a little bit harder, sometimes to ask for extensions, if you want it, because teachers are busy and just like us, we have lives,
Yeah.
Jaden, do you think that people should social distance in the classroom or no?
Yeah. But they're
Why?
probably going to.
Seriously.
So you don't.
Some teachers have plans that would need to not social distance. If you need to do social problems and acting out social problems. In the classroom, some people have to do groups.
I don't.
Do you think that they should do groups, or do you think that they shouldn't?
They should probably not, because I don't get sick.
Not.
And what else do you guys think about it? About going to school with the coronavirus?
I think we should wait, honestly. Like, that's just, that's just me. Like, I don't think it's necessary to, like, put more danger on us, and like dangers on others. Like, knowing that like anybody can get the virus because they tested, like this dog got it, So for me personally, I'd rather just wait, like a couple more months, honestly. Like, sucks. I know, like we're all going through this pain, but like, it is what it is. We just have to deal with it.
I think if we have to do online school, I think it's better because it's be safer.
Yeah, and we already like had a little bit of like experience with it.
Yeah.
We did like have to finish up like a couple months from fourth quarter. I don't know how your like school works. Like if you have first, second, third, or fourth quarter, but like we had to do whole fourth quarter online. So like I'm used to it like now. Like, and if we go back, then it's not going to be like as challenging. Like if we just started fresh online. Like,
Yeah.
And most teachers are in the age range of getting it.
Yeah. I know that my school is starting next year with I think we're doing online stuff for until like maybe November.
yeah. So yeah, that's probably what we're gonna do. But no, like, so like I have a question. Like like let's say you have PE class, and like you have like other like, physical activity classes. How would we do that online compared to like how do you think that would work? Like, like what we had is like we had a sheet and we had a log we had to fill out, right? You can't teach PE over online, You could, but like not every kid has access to and like workout equipment. So like that's gonna be a little bit challenging, to get our work done. Like I get the log, but like like
Yeah, online learning is definitely like it's not like doing like projects, it's more just like filling out worksheets.
yeah.
Yeah. So I would kind of want like maybe like a live lesson with your teacher.
Yeah.
Where the teacher actually does it instead of you just filling out a worksheet.
Joe, do you think that you would like learn more by being in school with the harder subjects for you, or do you think it would be easier for the harder subjects?
No. It would be easier for me to actually go to school and learn this stuff because the teachers are actually up front in class, writing on the board the problems, and like. But if you're online, they're not there unless you Zoom them. So, I honestly my opinion on that is like no, like online would be harder for me.
Yeah, online.
You just have to make up stuff because you can't like teach finance over like
Yeah.
like you can't do that. Like you actually have to like learn it. Like like and some people struggle with math, like so and lots of kids like they're still trying to figure out like some kids can't afford like computers. Like I don't know how does that work? Like what if you don't have enough computers and you have like so many kids? Like how do you like work that? Like and like there's like and if you go to the library, like there's only a certain time limit you can be on the computers for. Like what if you need like longer than that? Like and if you try to sign into another computer and it doesn't let you, like how does that work? Like
Jaden, do you think that the schools should still do school lunch or no?
I don't really see how that could affect anything. So.
Well, I guess like if you're like in a big area with people.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, no.
Like if we were going back to school.
Are you like afraid like people would like contaminate it by touching like multiple like lunch trays?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my honestly on my opinion like like I think like they should like stop lunch like if we do go back like they should like not sell it for a little like but that's gonna be hard because like not people like some people can't like afford like they were looking at school lunch but I think we should just like have to go out and get our own lunch but like there's gonna like I think there should be like people that like there's like people out there that can provide you food like that like there's like different like programs that you can go to but and like honestly like with the food thing like the vending machines I think they should close that like because like when people touch the vending machines, it like leaves bacteria on it. So like,
What do you guys think about being homeschooled?
honestly, for me, like I think it's okay. Like I wouldn't say it's hard, but like
That schooling. So I don't really know. But I think that teachers can sometimes do a better job because most of them have been doing it for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So like they have techniques and stuff.
Are you saying like some teachers like that have been there for like 10, 15, 20 years, some of them like should be taking it more serious, like giving you more work compared to like saying, oh, well, here's an assignment, do it, hope you know what you're doing, and then just like expecting to turn it in after that week. Like,
Yeah, like, well, I'm not really, I don't know that much because I haven't done that much homeschooling.
Yeah.
But like, it's teachers like instead of just giving you something, they'll like go over it and do like a couple examples of something and kind of like show. They don't give you the answers, but they like show you how to do it.
yeah, and for, like, and online, it's way easier to like look up the answers compared to like
Yeah.
at school. Like you can just like type in on Google like if I'm an assignment, and then it brings it up, and you can find like the sheet, and then just copy it down.
Yeah.
And like turn it in. Here you go. Copy. Copy it.
And what do you think would be one of the pros of going to school?
I-
Friends.
friends.
Well,
So
but make sure like you social distance.
Yeah.
I know, like bring like those hand things. Like these backpacks.
do you think that parents would have their kids go to school or have them do it online?
I think it's all right in some way.
Because it's harder that if like the schools say that we're open, but you can also go online, that it's the parents' choice on whether to send their kids to school or not.
But let's say your kid's 18. They have to say, oh, I want to go. But like minors, they have to do like what their parents say. Like, but there's some parents like 50. It's pretty much like 50-50. Like 50 would probably want to send it back. 50 wouldn't. But like actually, it's probably not even more. Like it's probably not even 50 like percent kid. Like most parents probably gonna want to send them back. Because they're gonna probably want to like get away from them for a little bit because they've been with them for like so freaking long, like half a year. But like,
Joe, they've been with them their entire life.
well, yeah, but like, what I mean is like, like at home, like they're used to them going to school. Like they're tired of like having to, like, I know they.
Yeah.
Most of them probably would want to send them back.
Is it hard to concentrate at home?
Yeah, I think it's harder.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, no, not really. I'm pretty.
Because like at school, there's like you don't like have like distractions. Like in my school, you have to keep your phone in your locker, but normally my phone is just right next to me when I'm doing work.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that kids would take it seriously if we did it online?
No.
No.
No, not really.
Same if they were at school.
No, Joe, it's not the same.
But like more kids would like care less. Like they would just.
Because also at school, like it's like people like with like kind of for someone to motivate them to do work is like that the teacher's right there and they can see you, but online it's a little harder because it's like they're not being pressured by the teacher that much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And do you think that is it easier to learn from your teachers or your parents?
I think the teachers.
Yeah. It's not all
Why?
parents are teachers, so like
They don't really know anything, especially like because the math. Apparently, the math changed.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't remember.
And do you think that some kids would actually like, do you think they actually like take things and work on it the way they're supposed to, or would they look it up or cheat?
They probably
Cheat.
cheat.
Probably.
they want to the grade because they're afraid. Because like for Google Classroom, like you have to wait the week, like a week after to actually get the grade for the whole week's assignment's worth. You know, like compared to like when the teacher's right there to put it in the grade book. So like
Yeah.
most kids are afraid like they're gonna get a bad grade and then they can't redo it. You know, like because it is online and you only get like one shot. But some teachers will like you can email them and they'll let you like redo it. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
most teachers aren't like that flexible.
What do you guys think you would do any physical activities with doing social learning? I mean, distance learning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, do you mean like like if the school if like your
Schools have some schools have physical activities like classes. Do you think you'd do that if you did it from learning from the computer?
Oh.
it's it's a little different because like would you mean like if like the um teacher was like doing like a Zoom meeting and it was like a Zoom like exercise meeting?
Yeah.
I would probably try and do that, but I haven't had that yet for school.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable yet going.
What about the hands-on classes like woodshop or science experiments?
I think that's a little harder because everyone's touching stuff.
Make sure we wear gloves, you know, like in a science experiment.
Science stuff, we wear gloves.
And you have to get in groups and be close to each other.
I'm gonna do that at home.
Yeah.
But you don't have the materials.
Yeah, because like if you're at like a woodshop class, I don't think most people probably don't have the tools for that at home.
Yeah.
What about kids who don't have the internet?
Well, then they would fail.
That's you know.
Well, I think I'm not sure about the internet, but I think
I've heard that some schools have like mailed work to them.
yeah, you could probably find like a printed version of it somewhere.
Yeah.
Like a modified version of the same thing.
Like in my school, people who don't have like internet access or any devices, our teachers would mail them the work.
School will give them like you'll fill out a sheet, send it to your parents, and they'll give you like a device, you know, that was gifted from the school, you know, and that's yours, you know, like a tablet or whatever like that. So
Our school, I think, would like lend the school computers to people who didn't have any devices.
Mhm. And some schools think that the people should have their kids at the place, and because they think that they would way rather want to, but some kids the people don't know what the kids think,
Yeah.
and usually it's probably the kid's choice and the parents' choice. So people wouldn't really like, I think most people would not go to real school.
Yeah.
just because there's also other people at your house. And some, like at our house, we have our grandma here, and she's old, and she's in the age range of getting it. So it's not really safe either way.
Yeah.
If you go, and then it's hard to learn if you don't go.
Yeah.
So Joe, what do you think about all of it?
I think we should just be safe about all this, like be cautious, like like know what's going to happen, in the upcoming, days, like, you know, should all take this serious because it is like affecting everyone, and just like listen to like what everyone's saying, wash your hands, social distance, don't interact with people, wear a mask,
Wear a mask when you go outside.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys. That's all for the show today. Hope you see you guys later.
Bye.
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 Yeah.